Fun fact about me, I love Disney. Totally unique opinion to have, I know. But for real, I have a massive soft spot for classic Disney. And I don't just mean Aladdin, Toy Story, or The Lion King. No, when I think Disney, I think the classics. Mickey, Donald, Goofy, frickin' Clarabelle, and of course, Big Boy Pete.
Yahoo! Come on, son! I can't miss you if you won't leave!
So, when baby Fofi heard that there was some crazy new adventure game coming out with Disney characters in it, oh, you know I was all over that mess. But when a 6-year-old me finally popped in that PS2 disc, Lord help me. Who is this sticky-haired boy? Why are his keys so big? What's the soccer boy from Final Fantasy X doing here? Where's my goof troop? But while I didn't necessarily understand what was going on with Hot Topic and the Burger King kids over here, I still loved Kingdom Hearts. But as the years went on and my interest shifted from games to music, I kind of fell off the Kingdom Hearts train. So when I decided that I wanted to make a Kingdom Hearts video, I had to be honest with myself and say, Ryder, you might be the least qualified person to teach anyone about Kingdom Hearts. But never fear, an expert is here, and her name is SuperButterBuns.
Don't worry, y'all, I'll keep him in line. Also, hi diddly ho there, gamers. As you heard, yes, my name is Super Dumpster Fire, YouTuber extraordinaire and hair goddess. Best known for my comedic gaming series for beginners, where I teach people who don't know crap about a specific game. Now, I've been with Kingdom Hearts since the very beginning, so you can bet your sweet bippy all of its girth has been burned into my soul. And we are here to lay down the law of 15 plus years worth of pain and bliss.
So, with all that said, hello and welcome to another episode of A Brief History. Today's episode, Kingdom Hearts. Ready, set,
The story begins with Super Mario 64. Everyone knows how this game changed the world in 1996 with its big explorable 3D levels, free roaming controls, and how it sounded like Mario was saying nut pickle every time you started a level. And this game particularly impressed a trio of dudes who worked over at the video game company Squaresoft. These being Square exec Shinji Hashimoto, Final Fantasy creator Hironobu Sakaguchi, and Final Fantasy character designer Tetsuya Nomura. On one fine 1996 day at the Squaresoft office, these three were discussing Mario 64 and how they wanted to make their own game with Mario's level of free roaming 3D exploration. But I guess one of the things Square is soft on is self-confidence, because they thought there was no way to compete with Mario unless they had some kind of legendary giant, say like, I don't know, Disney backing them up. But come on, the Final Fantasy guys getting to make a Disney game? That could never happen.
Well, actually it was a more viable idea than you might think. For around this time, Squaresoft and Disney of Japan were actually operating out of the same building. So when Hashimoto just so happened to find himself in an elevator with a Disney executive, he of course took the opportunity to pitch this crossover straight to the mouse, making Kingdom Hearts the result of a literal elevator pitch. I know it sounds like I'm making this up, but Kingdom Hearts in general sounds like it was just totally made up, so I guess it fits. And hey, it worked, and Square and Disney's weird 3D crossover project officially entered development in the year 2000, with Tetsuya Nomura making his debut as the game's writer and director. But the road to release was not entirely smooth. There were a lot of things that had to be ironed out. Like, Disney wanted it to be a Donald Duck game, and Square wanted it to be a Mickey Mouse game, all the while Nomura was quietly ignoring them while designing an original character Please Don't Steal named Sora, who he wanted to be the main character. And ultimately, Nomura ended up getting his way because Disney keeps Mickey Mouse under lock and key pretty much 24/7, and you can't have a dialogue-heavy RPG where the main character's all so parachute pants, McBig shoes it was. Toss in a storyline and characters built to appeal to Final Fantasy fans, and in 2002, Squaresoft and Disney Interactive finally released their baby, Kingdom Hearts, for the PlayStation 2.
This game was an action RPG that mixed the worlds of Disney and Final Fantasy characters to create something of its own. It had elements of real-time combat, platforming, puzzle solving, exploration, and even some weird Star Fox junk everyone hated. And then, of course, there's the story. Okay, so the Kingdom Hearts story is infamously complicated, loved, hated, and tends to fry soft brains, but the first game is actually relatively simple to understand. Even so, we are going to avoid talking too much about the plot to keep things spoiler-free, because that's always fun, but the basic setup is this. A boy named Sora sets off on a journey to find his two best friends after their home island is invaded by darkness, and teams up with Donald Duck and Goofy, who are also searching for their lost friend and king, Mickey Mouse. They do this by traveling to a bunch of different worlds based on popular Disney properties and fighting dark monsters called Heartless. And that is as much as we are going to say about the Kingdom Hearts plot, okay? But just know that stuff gets wild, y'all.
So, all in all, you had a pretty outlandish idea with a deceptively simple setup, fun gameplay, an interesting story, amazing graphics for the time, and plenty of fan service for Disney and Final Fantasy fans alike. All of which made Kingdom Hearts a total surprise hit, gaining critical acclaim and becoming the 10th best-selling game on the PlayStation 2. That's the 10th best-selling game on the best-selling home console of all time. And let me tell you, as a kid, I loved the first level of this game. Yeah, 6-year-old Ryder could never figure out what to do in Traverse Town, so I always just ended up starting the game over and replaying the Destiny Island bits. Probably why I'm obsessed with beaches today.
But yeah, Kingdom Hearts was a total hit, so naturally a sequel was put into development almost immediately. In fact, a couple of sequels entered development. The next mainline game in the series, Kingdom Hearts 2, was meant to take place 1 year after the events of the first, but was entering a pretty lengthy development cycle. So to fill in the gaps both in the game's story and in the real-world release schedule, Square put out the first of many handheld side games, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Released for the Game Boy Advance in 2004, Chain of Memories translated the Kingdom Hearts formula into an isometric 2.5D perspective, experimented with a card-based battle system, and pushed the Game Boy Advance hardware with full-fledged 3D FMV cutscenes. Oh wow, it sure was neato. But it didn't really sell that well, so womp womp.
Fortunately, the real main event was still to come, for in 2006, or 2005 in Japan, Kingdom Hearts 2 finally made its way to the PlayStation 2. Man, a 4-year gap between sequels? That's ridiculous. I mean, what could possibly be worse than waiting 4 whole years for a sequel? But anyway, Kingdom Hearts 2 expanded and refined the gameplay of the first, told yet another gripping story, and, of course, introduced plenty of new Disney worlds. And my favorite was always Timeless River. I love that old 30s cartoon style, and I have a real soft spot for Steamboat Willie. You know, the simple, wholesome good old days when Mickey Mouse was an absolute degenerate. And again, of course, Kingdom Hearts 2 was a hit. Tons of awards, millions sold, and rave reviews across the board. But from here, the Kingdom Hearts series gets a lot more complicated. Outside of these 3 games, the Kingdom Hearts series is full of re-releases, remakes, and side games that seem to span every commercially available video game system that you can think of. So let's just jump into it.
First off, there were the expanded Final Mix versions of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 released exclusively in Japan in 2002 and 2007. These re-releases included extra content and story elements that made them the true canon versions of the games. And also they swapped all the color palettes on the enemies for some reason. Then you had the fully 3D PlayStation 2 remake of Chain of Memories, released as part of the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix package in 2007, and as a standalone game outside of Japan in 2008. This 2D to 3D remake was followed by 2009's Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days for the Nintendo DS, which did basically the opposite, now bringing the 3D gameplay of the consoles to handhelds.
Next up was a 2010 prequel to the first Kingdom Hearts released for the PSP, known as Birth by Sleep. This was kind of a big one, offering full console-quality Kingdom Hearts gameplay and story on the go, and even getting a Final Mix version. Then in 2011, the DS got another Kingdom Hearts game called Recoded, which was a remake of an episodic series of Japan-exclusive mobile games. Okay, I swear we're almost done here. In 2012, Kingdom Hearts hopped onto yet another new system with Dream Drop Distance for the Nintendo 3DS. This one was pretty standard for Kingdom Hearts, but also had some, a pet simulation stuff in it? I don't know, man. It had a Three Musketeers world in it, so it gets a pass, I guess. I like that one.
That little ditty's starting to grow on me.
And finally, and perhaps most confusingly, we have Kingdom Hearts Key, or X, or Kai, it's kind of whatever you want it to be, honestly. Originally released as a Japan-only browser game in 2013, later re-released for mobile devices outside of Japan in 2016 under the name Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and then rebranded as Kingdom Hearts Union Cross in 2017. All you need to know is that this is a solid mobile experience, but people don't really care about this game, but the story is a prequel to the whole series, so it's kind of important. So write that one down, you eggs.
So that's like 11 games for about 6 different platforms, all of which were integral to the overall plot of the series. But I think it's safe to say that over the last decade of side games and re-releases, the big question on every fan's mind has been, where is Kingdom Hearts 3? It's legit been about 13 years since a new mainline Kingdom Hearts game was released for home consoles. And for a while, the future of the series was kinda in limbo as Tetsuya Nomura was busy directing Final Fantasy XV, another game that had absolutely no problems coming out. However, by 2013, Square decided that it was finally time to throw fans a bone, officially announcing Kingdom Hearts 3 at that year's E3. But even then, Tetsuya Nomura was like, whoa, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, clarifying that Kingdom Hearts 3 was still a long ways away. But by 2014, Nomura actually left the development of Final Fantasy XV to focus on other projects. Chief among them, Kingdom Hearts 3. The wait for this highly anticipated sequel has been long and filled with hype, and Square recognized this. Starting in 2013, Square has been putting out HD remaster collections of nearly every game in the Kingdom Hearts series, plus a few movie versions of the smaller side games, all to help prepare the world for the inevitable release of Kingdom Hearts 3. These compilations were Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix, HD 2.5 Remix, and Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
What's wrong with you?
Horrible, awful, no good, rotten video game titles aside, these 3 compilations have made it easier than ever to get into Kingdom Hearts, putting everything you need to know and more into some easily accessible collections. And talk about punctual, cause by the time the 2.8 collection came out in 2017, things with Kingdom Hearts 3 were really starting to pick up. We were finally getting big trailers and seeing films like Tangled, Big Hero 6, Toy Story, and Frozen come to life in a way we had never seen before. And not to mention those juicy story teasers dangling in front of fans' faces. So the hype for Kingdom Hearts 3 had no doubt reached an all-time high, over a decade's worth of build-up for the continuation of a beloved series that has been running around in circles for years. And today, in January of 2019, the wait is very nearly over. We are finally getting this game, guys. Kingdom Hearts 3 officially released in Japan yesterday, on January 25th, with a worldwide release coming January 29th for both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One for the first time ever. There's straight up no better time to be a Kingdom Hearts fan. So chop, get on it, y'all.
But okay, let's be real. Kingdom Hearts legit shouldn't work. Final Fantasy mixed with Disney is just the most random, nonsensical crossover you could possibly think of. And yet, somehow, it all miraculously came together to form one of the most unique franchises in gaming history, with one of the most dedicated fan bases you will ever see. And while it's definitely not for everybody, its success is undeniable. And even though Kingdom Hearts 3 won't be the end of the series, just the conclusion of this saga, it is clear that we are on the cusp of a massive landmark moment for the franchise that has had over 10 games worth of build-up. Will it be worth the wait? Who knows? But if the rest of the series is any indication, I'm sure we'll be in for a game unlike anything else. And that is exactly what Kingdom Hearts has always promised. Now, if only we could get a frickin' Phineas and Ferb level.
Perry, you've turned into a Heartless!
Whew, that was stupid. But There you have it, all 16 plus years of Kingdom Hearts history summed up into one video. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty prepared for Kingdom Hearts 3 now. But if you want to dive even deeper into all things Kingdom Hearts, then you can head over to Buns' channel and check out her For Beginners series. She has tons of episodes about Kingdom Hearts, so I'll link to one right here. Big shout out to her for co-hosting this episode with me. Do check out her channel, and if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe. Speaking of, if you like a brief history, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Next time, we'll be talking about a certain animated movie involving some arachnid-themed superheroes, so you won't want to miss that. And I think that's about it, so until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and DFTBA.